A big test for the Utah Jazz youngsters against a playoff caliber team. They'll be redoing Spanish 1. That's a little bit of a personal story, but we'll explain it coming up on POSTCAST. David Locke along with Ron Boone as tonight the Houston Rockets throttle the Utah Jazz in a game that was 125-105 and not that close. And Ron, so
16 points down in the first quarter, then now you're playing uphill.
Yeah, and then
you're playing uphill with not a very good young basketball team. Makes it awfully difficult to win.
There's a lot of things that are very hard about this. Nurkic out for the season. Jaren Jackson out for the season. Keontae not playing. This is not a script for great success. At the same time, what this is really about right now is whether or not these players can prove to the Jazz front office that when Austin Ainge, the next 25 games, or when Austin Ainge is building his roster in the offseason, and he says, all right, I got Keontae George, and I got Ace Bailey. Is that enough? Boy, Ace didn't play great tonight. Maybe he's too young. I probably should bring in a pretty good veteran guard. Or no, I got Isaiah Collier's back. Is that enough? You know, I've got Jaren Jackson, Lowry, Markkanen, Walker, Kessler, whomever else, if Nurkic comes back, as my centers and my fours do. Is Kyle okay as my fifth big? Like, this is what this is about right now is Austin Ainge evaluating these players because the Jazz want to push forward next year. The development process is now a question of that.
You're talking about filling positions.
Yes.
And that's what you're talking about there.
So here's my analogy. I was not a particularly good student. Undiagnosed dyslexia does not always help. So I took Spanish 1, and I got pretty much an F.
Hola.
Yeah, ¿cómo está?
Story, muy bien.
Very, very good. And so what did I have to do? I had to retake Spanish 1 as a sophomore and be the only kid with a dunce cap on for a sophomore and freshman Spanish 1 in that year. I'm pretty certain maybe there's another kid who failed also, but I don't know who he was. So we failed Spanish 1 tonight.
Yes.
And the good news, they get 2 games coming up against New Orleans who won't like Isaiah Collier should kill Jeremiah Fears. He's a rookie. If you don't outplay Jeremiah, we're trying to figure out where's your level? Who can you play? Like Isaiah broke the offense net a ton of times, tried to go one-on-one on Reed Shepard. It didn't work. Tried to like Amon Thompson. That doesn't their physicality tonight didn't work. So they failed Spanish 1 tonight. I failed Spanish 1 too. I turned out okay, relatively. Like they get to retake Spanish 1 in various levels. We'll move to our geometry classes against New Orleans. Those are easier classes than Spanish. But you get my point here?
I totally get your point, David. Absolutely.
Decent analogy, yeah, right?
Very. And I totally understand. So you got how many games left to this is
we're 18 and 40, so we've got 24.
Yeah, 24 games to go.
Wow.
And that's 24 classes.
Yeah. Now, let me say this about that. Me trying to do a foreign language while being auditorily dyslexic was a road to failure. And trying to play NBA games without a starting center and without a high-level point guard might also be the equivalent of me taking Spanish as an auditorily dyslexic kid. Like, there may be no real success route for these guys right now when you don't have Nurk and you don't have Jaren and you don't have Keontae playing, and it's not really a route for success. Because just to let you know, I passed Spanish 1 kind of, then failed Spanish 2, and then they kicked me out of high school because I wasn't going to meet the requirements.
No shot.
Yeah. So, sorry, Kyle, Isaiah, Bryce, Ace, you are failing school. You're out. I'm just kidding.
So what we're looking at here is some veteran teachers, meaning teammates, that can help some students.
Yes. Because the other analogy would be that the seniors, Kevin Durant, Jabari Smith, Alfred, came down and beat the crap out of the freshmen.
There we go. Couldn't it be explained any better? Right.
because the Jazz got wedgies in the bathroom today. Yeah.
Well, this is.
All right.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I
really don't.
They couldn't make a shot and they got waxed.
Yeah.
And I think, they let go of the rope at some point.
And I think Will said it, he said it this morning. You're going to get just annihilated if this happens. If you don't play with any kind of pace.
If you don't play with tempo and you try to play half court, you try to play ones, in other words, going one-on-one on these guys, they're going to hold your head underwater.
Yeah.
You're going to drown. And he was exactly right. All right, we'll talk about some of the individual performances, which were not stellar tonight, as we continue here in a moment. Today's show is brought to you in part by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is so much fun. You get to choose more or less with Prize Picks. And when you do, you get to win. That's right. Right now, shoot your shot with Prize Picks. Get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks makes every dunk, dime, every board that much more exciting. It's America's #1 app for sports picks. Prize Picks is simple to play. You pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat packs. If your picks are right, you cash in. Available in all 50 states. As easy as just anyone to jump in. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code LOCKEDONNBA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNBA to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Today's show is also brought to you by TurboTax. Don't let taxes dominate the season. TurboTax is here for you with a local expert to help you get through the tax season without any trouble and to make it easier for you with TurboTax. Tax season does not need to take over your life. With TurboTax full service, you can have your taxes done for you by a trusted local expert, start to finish, without the stress or guesswork. Instead of spending hours trying to figure out forms, you can meet a local TurboTax expert in person or connect online. They'll handle everything from W-2s to self-employment forms and work to get you every deduction. You can upload your documents and go about your day. Just upload updates right in the TurboTax app. A huge time saver. For a limited time, you can have your taxes done by a local TurboTax expert, which is $150 all in. If your TurboTax experts don't file for last year, then file by February 28th. Visit TurboTax.com/local. And finally, today's show is brought to you in part by FanDuel. FanDuel wants to send you to the NBA Finals with their bonus packs or their power packs or their profit boosts or whatever you want. Profit boosts are what they're called. Here's how it works. Use a profit boost on any NBA future and you automatically get entered in for a shot to win an NBA Finals trip for 2. That's right. Flights, trips, the whole experience. They're already looking at the board, thinking about which team you can make the deep dive. What you think of these Rockets? Take the futures, look at them, make a pick. And with the FanDuel.com, get started. Use your profit boost on any NBA future to get entered for your chance to win a trip to the NBA Finals. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Good news for the Jazz tonight. They had a huge steal night, 17 steals, forcing 26 turnovers tonight by the Rockets. So that's the big positive night. Kyle Filipowski with 5, John Conchar with 3. That's the highlight of the night for the Jazz.
Yeah, and if you're going to give yourself a chance to win any kind of basketball game, I think with what they're putting out there on the floor, defense is going to have to play a big hand in that. And if you're able to score off of those steals or those turnovers, then you're in the basketball game. But that wasn't the case.
All right. Ace goes 2. Let's talk about Ace. He's the headline. This was as quiet a night as Ace has had all year. He does get 8 rebounds, and his rebounds have been better. He's really quiet. And again, no free throws. He's not going to start shooting free throws now, but this is a significant issue he has to rectify. You cannot survive in this league not shooting free throws.
Yeah. So I'm really, I know it's awfully early to be talking about Summer and his improvement and his workouts and all that kind of stuff. I think he'll have to spend time in Salt Lake City.
Yeah,
with the coaches. I mean, he's got to work very, very hard and not only improve his game, but get mentally ready for what he experienced in his rookie season and going forward.
There's really no way to know what's coming, and you go through that whole draft workout and all that, and then summer league and this. There's just no break. There's no way to be ready as a rookie. It's why Dylan Harper's not having a very good year. Most of the rookies are fading right now. And so it's not surprising that he's kind of hit a wall and fading right now. He seems feckless out there. But I think I think it's an eye opener how much work there is to do.
He's surpassed the college season already.
Right.
And he's young. It's one heck of an experience for him as far as game is concerned, and the level of talent that's around in the NBA that he just didn't know.
Our other youngsters, I would just say this about him. I just thought every single one of them got all their weaknesses exposed tonight. Cody's just physically not strong enough. They played a physical game. He just kind of wilted. He was non-factor in 14 minutes. Isaiah went 4 of 16, 0 of 5 from 3, did get 10 free throws, most of them late. But, his lack of shooting was just obvious. Every time he tried to drive, kick someone one-on-one, there was a crowd around him. There was nowhere to go. There weren't passing lanes available to him tonight. He only had 3 assists. Kyle had the 5 steals. We also had 6 turnovers. Every time he put it on the deck, another guy came. They were prepared. They were physical. They were good. They just exposed every weakness our young guys have.
So with young guys, we'll use Isaiah Collier as an example here. He's not a scorer. So his big thing here and his number one thing is to make his teammates better and create opportunities for them. Your scoring should be secondary.
Yep.
But you got to show to the point, David, where you're respectable. They know you can drive to the basket. So every now and then, yes, he's got to take his guy off the dribble and bump and shoot or whatever. But he's got to drive and create the drawing kick. Get his teammates uncontested shots for the most part. And we didn't see that tonight. I thought he was trying to score too much. All
right, that's just not a great night. I'm assuming no notes tonight.
You assume right,
yeah.
Dave.
Noteless night in Houston. Jazz fall to the Rockets, get hammered. We'll be back for 2 big games against New Orleans Thursday and Saturday. Thanks very much for tuning in to POSTCAST tonight.